Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator after an interruption there after X-Plane came out, X-Plane 12. But today we are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'm very excited about Sim Update 10. I just did a few things and with the changed the anti-aliasing to DLSS, and let me tell you, the performance is outstanding. But before we delve into the details of our flight today, I want to welcome all of you guys to this live stream. Rand Cooley, my dear friend, welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us, and thank you for your continued support. Randy Gallardo, welcome aboard, my friend. And we have with us Tyson. Hey, Chad and Q8, excited to check out Sim Update 10 later this evening. Can't wait to get a sneak peek on this stream. Mika, hello, my friend. Good day to you. I hope you did not wake up at 4 in the morning to watch the stream, but welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be flying the PMDG Boeing 737 from Melbourne to Adelaide in Australia. I think this is a very nice route across the across Australia, and Adelaide is just a beautiful city to arrive into, especially if we get if you get the coast approach into the airport. I'm not sure this is going to be the coast approach today or not. It looks like it is not going to be. No, it doesn't seem like it's the one that goes through the waters but nonetheless, it's a beautiful airport, and the terrain in Australia is simply beautiful. So today we are going to be flying the PMDG, and we're going to go right ahead here and take a look at. By the way, this rendition of Melbourne is freeware, and the link to it is provided as usual in the chat. Command !DEP if you are interested in this scenery. I'm just amazed at how performance is in this version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. And there is a host of fixes, new features, new experimental features as well in this version. But I am just really very, very pleased with what Asobo has done in this version. Performance is very, very good. This is the first time I load up the the Phoenix A320 at London Heathrow, and with my settings, and I'll show my settings momentarily. I was getting about 45 FPS with my settings. I was like, wow, it's like this is really, really good. And of course, the shimmering and the aliasing that was experienced in the previous version again is all gone. There is still a little bit of it, but overall, I'm very, very pleased with the performance. And that's us right there next to that Jetstar 787. That's us, the 737-800. Qantas today is going to be our flight. And yeah, I'm actually very excited to fly this route. I believe it's the first time I fly this route. So quite excited to do this flight for you guys today, and I hope that you enjoy the show. We have with us today also Paolo. Hello, Paolo. And Joshua Tyler. How are you doing, my friend? Not sure I have a GTX card. You need an RTX card for this to work. And we have Sim Toolkit Pro with us in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, please say hello to Sim Toolkit Pro. That would be Dan. He is the developer of Sim Toolkit Pro, which we are using today in this live stream. And I'm going to show you something very, very cool in the latest version of Sim Toolkit Pro 1.0.5. But first, let's bring up the GSX services here, and we're going to request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Excellent. Boarding is requested. Let's reload the SimBrief plan. So that, all right, handling by version Australian. Now we can see the jetway moving to the aircraft, and the aircraft will now be serviced, and we'll get the passengers and cabin crew. All's looking good there. There's the jetway, Melbourne Airport. Brilliant. Let's go to the overhead panel, and we're going to turn on the battery, and the ground power is now established. What?
Morning.
What is it doing there? All right, here we go. That's better. And yeah, so let's go ahead and do the APU test so that we can start the APU. All right, checks okay, and cargo fire test. Excellent. All right, perfect. By the way, if you see any stuttering right now, it's probably due to the OBS, but everything is really pretty good in this version. Sim Update 10 is just outstanding. All right, max speed warning test 1 and 2. Stall warning normally activates after 3 minutes. We're going to set the adheres to nav mode. And we perform the test here. Excellent. All checks good. And then next we're going to go to the overhead panel. We're going to turn on the yaw damper on. And we're going to turn the left after fuel pump on. We are going to come down here. Everything looks good here. We can put this. We are currently on ground power. So this is on ground power. Everything looks good. Excellent. And moving down here, we're going to arm the emergency lights and turn on the non-smoking and fasten seatbelt signs on. Window heat can go on as well. And we're going to turn on the hydraulic system. Next, we're going to come up here. Everything looks good here. Trim air is on. And we're going to put the packs on auto. And yeah, we don't need anything here. The final cruise altitude today is 32,000 feet, so we're going to set 32,000 is now set, and we're going to make sure the lights is on steady. All right, position lights on steady, and we are now pretty much done with the overhead panel. So we're going to come down here to the FMC and start programming our flight. Perfect. Let's go to the FMC, and we have Mortez, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. And we have also Swiss Butter 912. Welcome aboard, my friend. Gentleman, hello, my friend. From Saudi Arabia. Welcome aboard. And we have also with us Ryan. Thank you very much, Ryan, for being here and for your support. And KP, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Tom Wan, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. And we have also White Bolt Production. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. And yeah. Angela, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us in this live stream. All right, let's clear this here. We're going to go to position and net. And we're going to select the airport today, which is Melbourne. Yankee Mike Lima. All right. That is done. And we're going to grab the GPS position and stick it here. Excellent. While we do this, let me just come over here real quick and turn on the APU. Excellent. All right. Next, we can go to the routes page, and we're going to select the destination, which is Adelaide. Adelaide is Yankee Papa Alpha Delta. And our flight plan today, we are today Qantas 679er. 679er. Flight plan is set, and now we can go to the departure. Now, I want to show you guys something really cool with Sim Toolkit Pro. When now you can actually look at, this is the departure runway, and it actually visualizes the wind direction for the runway that you're departing from. As you can see, it says YMML, which is the ICO code, wind 010 at 2 knots. It shows you the direction, and this is, of course, this is how we're taking off. So we're taking off runway 34. And that confirms that this is right, because you always have to fly into the wind. So this is just a brilliant new feature in Sim Toolkit Pro. So we're going to bring up the flight plan. I'm going to put this always on top so it doesn't go away. We can look at our flight plan here. And first we're going to go to the departure. And if we look here, for our departure is runway 34. All right, passenger and baggage loading is going on in the background. Let's take a quick look here. As you can see here, we have the passengers and all that good stuff. All right, so runway 34 for the departure, and it will be the Nevis 7 SID. And we have today a super chat from Chris Salton. Chris, thank you very, very much for your super chat of £2. That's very kind of you. Hi, Q8, the main man. I'm just downloading the update now at 68% and moving very fast. Be done in the next minute or so. Yeah, absolutely. It actually is. I was surprised that it was a very short download. Carl Childers, welcome aboard, my friend. And we have also with us Fed. Thank you very much for your support always, Carl. You've been very, very kind. Alex, good evening to you, my friend. Glad to have you with us. And this is the Nevis 7 departure out of Melbourne. And we can go now to the route page. We're going to go to next. And as you can see, according to SimBrief plan, we have hotel. Is it? My glasses are kind of playing tricks on me. Hotel 345. Hotel 345. And then we're going to exit at Drina. Excellent. And then it's going to be direct to Adelaide, runway 05. All right, we're going to go back to the arrival. Runway 05. Looks like it's an RNAV approach. Let's see, RNAV C. All right, let me check the transition here. If we have any transition, there looks like no, Darina and direct to the runway. All right, so we're going to go back and we're going to select RNAV Zulu for 05. And there is no transition. So we're going to go to the route and say activate and execute. Obviously, we have discontinuities there. So there's this one here. So we're going to clear that. And now we have direct to runway 05. Perfect. 3,000 is the initial approach altitude at Adelaide. And now we can go to the performance. And I don't think that we have put in the information. All right, let's go just real quick here to FS Actions and load up the correct fuel for our flight. And we simply go to, let's see, where is it? Right there. All right, so the fuel today is 16.2. That's 16,200 pounds of fuel, which we are going to enter here. And then we're going to go to the payload and just enter the zero fuel of 130.6. And we're going to add that here. We have now all our... Angelo just came in with a $5 super chat.
Best Sim channel on YouTube. Keep up the great work, my friend.
Well, thank you very much, Angelo. That's very kind of you, sir. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you guys really for your super chats, for your donations, and your support. Let's go to, I think we have everything we need here. So we're going to go back to the ground services. In the meantime, let me just very quickly take a look at the APU. Right. APU is there. And right here. And we're going to turn on the APU bleed. All right. Perfect. And isolation valve is open. All right. Perfect. And next up, we're going to go to our initial performance initialization. We're going to select our zero fuel, 130, and the reserves, we're going to just put number 9, and cost index is 5. Cruise altitude, if I'm not mistaken, is 32,000 feet. Let's take a quick look here. 32,000 it is. All right, let's just push this away for a while. All right, 32,000. 3, 2. All right, 3, 2, 0. And the wind is 24802, 24802. And that is set. Let me see here. Let me go to the, not the scratch pad. But there we go. All right, so do we have the transition? Transition altitude at Melbourne is 10,000 feet. So we're going to change that to 10,000. All right, transition altitude is set, and we're going to execute that. We're going to go to the N1 limit. We're going to derate the takeoff. We're going to go to the takeoff page, and we are going to select flaps 5 and select our trim. And now we can turn this on and put our speeds. We have a trim of 4.89 units. And ladies and gentlemen, David White has been a member at the Q8 Pilot channel for 10 months. Thank you for your continued support and loyalty to the channel. Oh, Carl, I'm very happy that you're happy being here, and things are going great other than the fact that I am just absolutely exhausted from work. But everything else is going fine and dandy. I see your Arabic is improving. Yeah. Aviation 050, welcome aboard, my friend. What's new with the Sim Update 10? We'll take a look at that once we depart. There's a host of new changes, but I'll show you the ones that will probably matter to you guys the most once we are airborne. Thank you very much again, David, for your continued support. 10 months of membership here at the Q8 Pilot channel. All right, let's set up our trim to 4.89 units. 4.9 is fine, so we'll just put it right above the 5 there. That was good. And everything else is good here, so we're going to just set the speed to 146. All right, that's V2, 146. All right, 146 is set, and we're going to set the altitude to 32,000 feet. All right, 32. Flight directors on both sides. And looks like everything is good. We're going to just use the magic button B to reset the altimeter. And we are now pretty much ready to go, guys. Good morning from beautiful Southern California. Welcome. Go Bulldogs. Absolutely, David. Absolutely. So, you know, MTB, greetings from Algeria. How's it going? It's going great, my friend. And what makes it even greater is the fact that you guys are here with me on live stream. So thank you very much for being here this evening, guys. All right. Looks like we have everything set up here and the APU is running. So we can now switch this to the legs page, and we're going to go and set this to... Actually, let's go to ground unit. We can now remove the chocks, but first we'll set the parking brake. All right, parking brake is set, and we're going to remove the chocks, and that will automatically disconnect the it will disconnect the GPU, and now we can turn on the anti-collision light, and we can prepare for pushback. Connection lost. Ooh. Hopefully it will come back. Let's see here. We're going to go to GSX. All right, here we go. And we're going to say prepare for pushback and departure. Successfully connected. Thank you very much. I'm not sure what GSX is doing. Okay, it looks like something went wrong there. So, SimBrief Eric doesn't match 737.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
All right. I'm not sure where the what happened there, but it looks like we need to close the doors ourselves. So let's go to return. Let's go to doors and close the door. Any other doors open? No, we're good.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I think that's the pushback truck. It's kind of inside the building, so it should drive up to the... Yeah, there we go. I was wondering, where's the pushback truck? We have also String Bean. Hello, my friend. Greetings from MCO. Found DLSS quality setting amazing for my Arctic. Absolutely. Always a pleasure to watch your... thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Lock in gear.
And guys, if you are enjoying the stream, I would really appreciate you hitting that like button for me. It really does help the channel, so just smash that like button. And if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell button. We're going to be nose to the right. All right, here we go. Nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
All right, let's release the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
Excellent.
Start at will.
All right, and we have clearance to start our engines, so the packs go to the off position, and all right, everything looks good here. All right, so we're going to start with the engine number 2, and now engine number 2 is spooling. Sets the auto brake to rejected takeoff, and we are starting our engines. All right, let's set the TARA for our transponder. Excellent. And 22, 23, I think that's close enough. Let's go ahead and start engine number 2. One of the things I like a lot in this Sim Update 10 is that it did not break all of the add-ons like it normally does, where you have to start updating all your scenery and all your, it looks like, what is this guy doing? So I think from that perspective, I'm very pleased that it's backward compatible. So that's really good. I finally found courage to say hi. Have been watching your videos for 2 years. Well, thank you very much, and welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. All right, and we can start the engine number 1.
Please set parking brakes.
All right, let's set the parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right. Excellent. And we can go ahead and confirm engine. By the way, today I was going to do what I call the full experience.
We have a good engine start.
I was planning on doing the full first officer next, and doing the Pro ATC to give you guys the full experience of, but I didn't know what to expect as far as Sim Update 10 and whether those add-ons would behave or misbehave. So I thought I would keep it for another stream. Sean, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Are you trying? Yes, we are using DLSS. Hey, QA pilot. Bahar, how are you, my friend?
Locking gear.
Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. All right, I'll show you guys in a minute. We'll take a look at the Sim Update 10 in just a minute here. All right, everything's good here. Everything's good here. We're going to go to return, and FMC, and we're going to set this on the climb. We're going to set our flaps 5.
Been removed.
All right, flaps 5, and...
Left is clear. Right is clear.
All right, thank you for your service. Chris, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. I'm using Alpha India Group, which is a freeware. It's an excellent, really the best AI traffic available today for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's totally free of charge. Hey, David, what's up? How are you doing? Greetings from Madrid. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Thinking to reinstall about it when it first came out. When I enjoy it. I really enjoy it, and I'm sure you will enjoy it too, David. Hello from Swiss. Hey, my friend Chris, welcome aboard, my friend. Do you know what happened in Iran? Yeah, I've heard the news. I've heard the news. All right, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. All right, so we are good to go here, and we have everything set up. We have our flap set. We're gonna set the engine mode to continuous, and fuel is there. The generator is turned on, and we have now the electrical power by the aircraft generators off the APU. We're going to turn on the probe heat. All is looking good here. Packs to auto, and the isolation valve to auto. And we can now turn on the engine bleed and turn off the APU bleed. And everything is looking good. Runway turn off lights, taxi lights are all on. And we are ready to taxi. APU can go off. Excellent. And we are now ready to taxi to the runway. So we're going to release the parking brake. Parking brake is released. And off we go. Let's go to Adelaide, ladies and gentlemen. And what I've noticed is when the numbers change here, there is like a fade effect. And you see that? You see how the numbers are changing? And this has happened after Sim Update 10, but I'm absolutely enjoying the smoothness of this sim. I'm definitely enjoying the quality. And I have pretty much, by the way, everything set to ultra, except for one of the settings. So I'm pretty sure I can get even more performance just by lowering the settings a little bit. But I've cranked things up for this stream, and the fact that I have OBS also running and getting this smooth of a performance is testimony to the great optimizations that were done by Asobo in this version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at that beautiful wing view. Just absolutely amazing. All right, let's not get carried away there. I absolutely adore the shadows and the lighting, generally speaking, in Microsoft Flight Simulator is just outstanding. Very, very nice indeed. I did get an FPS increase too. It's been a solid update for me. I haven't got the full build yet. I'm still using the beta, as I have been. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. All right, I believe this is our turn here. All right, we're getting close to the runway now. All right, here's our turn. Just in terms of the visual fidelity, I think Microsoft Flight Simulator, I don't think any sim will be able to compete with Microsoft Flight Simulator for at least the foreseeable future. And it is definitely a sim that provides the highest visual fidelity. It's just really amazing. All right, landing lights are on. And strobe lights are on, wing lights are on. The auto throttle is now armed, and we are ready for takeoff. Runway 34 here at Melbourne, Australia, and of course we're heading today to Adelaide. No ATC, unfortunately I didn't know what to expect in Sim Update 10, and I didn't want to experience any crashes or anything like that, so I decided to keep it plain and simple in this flight, but I promise you guys, in the next Microsoft Flight Simulator flight, the one after next, I'm going to give you the schedule just now. We are going to have the full experience of having ground services, a first officer that speaks to us. There's an aircraft coming right at us there. I'm not sure what this guy's doing. And we are also going to have full ATC in the next flight. I get blurry displays with my Super when using DLSS. Oh, that's unfortunate. What was the first flight sim you ever used? All right. I'll get to those questions. Let's go ahead and take off. We are clear for takeoff. We're going to take this to 40%. We are stable. And toga. Checked.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gears going up. Just look at that beautiful view of the departure out of Melbourne. That looks fantastic. Right, let's not get too carried away there with the nice views. They are nice indeed. All right, VNAV. Speed check, flaps 1. LNAV. Command A engaged. Right, landing gear in the lock position. We're going to head over here to the overhead panel, engine mode selectors to the off position. And you know what, guys? Let's bring up some lights here because things are kind of getting dark. That's better. All right, excellent. So we continue our climb now to 32,000 feet. What plugin to use? Control camera views. I'm not using any controls. I'm using the default camera that ships with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Zachary, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Bob International Vocal Reaction, welcome aboard. And we have also Andres, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Luca, hello, my friend. How long will the flight be to CA? I'm not sure I follow you. Daniel, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. What's new? All right, so Sim Update 10. Looks like you guys are just, you know, wanting to... We'll go ahead and take a look at that right now. But first, I'd like to remind you all, folks, to hit that like button. It does really help the channel a lot. So if you are enjoying it, please go ahead and hit that like button for me and get us to 100 likes. How about that? All right. So first, let me show you guys the external view. Just guys, look at the beautiful terrain here of Australia. Just absolutely beautiful terrain and a beautiful rendition, of course, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Realistic, you know, photo imagery and just the vegetation, the color of the skies, the clouds, the sun. A very, very immersive environment, without a doubt. All right, so sim update. We're approaching 10,000 feet. Let's kill the landing lights, runway takeoff and taxi lights, and the wing lights. We're gonna just bring the circuit breaker lights on here so that things don't get too dark, and the panel. And we're gonna come down here and turn on the floodlights as well. Yeah, we're gonna keep things a little bright here for our flight. And now we're looking good. Excellent. 10,000 feet. Bearer reference set to standard on both sides. All right. Sim update 10. So definitely Aussie approves. Thank you very much. Looks like home. Well, we have with us Mika. She is from Australia, so she knows what she's talking about, folks. And she's saying it looks like home. So that must be very accurate. The scenery must be very realistic and very much like what you'd see if you were in Australia. So Sim update 10. So the biggest update, I'm actually going to show you guys real quick here as we depart, because I know a lot of you guys want to see. So the biggest thing in this version is the anti-aliasing. As you can see now, you have this option, NVIDIA DLSS, and basically what that does is that it uses, it enables anti-aliasing or localized anti-aliasing, which really improves the quality of the image itself. And it does not cause too much degradation in performance. The only requirement here is that you have an RTX NVIDIA card, and as you can see, I've set it to quality. There is also an AMD Fidelity FX sharpening. I haven't really tested this too much. It says that it is an adaptive sharpening algorithm to adjust the amount of sharpening per pixel to target an even level of sharpness across the image. Which is, you know, a lot of tech stuff that I will need to investigate a little bit, so I really don't know. The rest of it is pretty much the same, but here are my settings. As you can see, I have everything on Ultra, Max. Everything is maxed to the maximum. And terrain level of detail, I set to 175. I've always kept this because from 175 to 250, there isn't really much difference. And if you take this to 400, you will get a lot more buildings, but your performance will suffer. I haven't, by the way, tested this at 400 with DLSS. I'm going to do that. And a guide, a performance guide, is coming very soon for you guys for Sim Update 10. There are a few things that I need to verify from the previous Sim Update because I've made some changes to my settings. Both in sim settings, NVIDIA control panel settings, as well as the overall PC configuration. So I'm going to share all of this with you guys in an upcoming video. All right, perfect. And we have with us today Big Cat. Welcome aboard. Explain could learn a lot from, yes, that I would agree with, without a doubt. Sharpening is amazing. Highly recommend putting it on 0. Then 200 and see the difference. All right, I'll do just that, Alex. I think I've noticed how it does. So aliasing sometimes happens. By the way, it happens more at dusk. So if you are at dusk, if you have an aircraft parked at the gate, you'll very easily see the effect of this Fidelity FX thing. Because normally at dusk is when aliasing becomes so apparent and it becomes very, very annoying, at least for me. I don't like, you know, jagged edges whatsoever. So so from that perspective, I think I did see a little bit of a change there in the amount of aliasing. So the amount of aliasing was reduced considerably over the aircraft wing and the upper part of the aircraft fuselage. So, so definitely, guys, you know, we are going to be having a full video on that. I'll give you everything that I've done to get, you know, the performance that I'm getting, and I'm very, very happy with the performance. And by the way, a lot of things were also not working in the previous version. Something has fixed those. Things like, for example, VDGS or VDS, which is the what do you call them? The little signs at the airport, you know, where it tells you tells you you're too close, too far from the gate. I forget what they're called now. But yeah, those are actually started working now in this version, so I'm pretty happy about that too. Sachin, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. How come you're not playing X-Plane 12? Well, I do all kinds of things. So I'm not exclusive on X-Plane 12. I do MSFS visual docking guidance. Thank you very much, Toolkit Pro. Appreciate it. It's just it was at the tip of my tongue. It just didn't come out. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. All right. So guys, we are now cruising. We're actually climbing, not cruising yet, but we are climbing to 32,000 feet. And everything's looking fine and dandy from this altitude. And by the way, I'm not sure if I guys showed you this in the previous streams, but I want to show you this now. So now in Toolkit Pro, one of the things I really like about this tool is from the flight summary page, you can go to, you see this here, it says the text flight summary, and from the text flight summary, you can get all the information for your departure and arrival airport. Of course, we get the status as well. But now you have the airport. This is our departure. And you get the transition altitude. I love the fact that you have this here. You've got the length of the runway, the density, the ESA deviation, heading, slope. And a lot of aircraft ask you to do with it, to put this. One of them is the MD-11. And now you can actually get it because all the information is available to you here. Taxi information, all the positions that are in the sim are available in Toolkit Pro. Again, your current load, and you can always go to the reference card. As well, you have all your payload information here, which is very, very cool. All the radios, so all the stations at the airport, and you also get the weather information. And you get this for the departure and arrival airports as well. Of course, you have everything here as well. You have the operational flight plan, which is the plan that we got from SimBrief, but you also get the charts and maps. So this is, by the way, from SimBrief. If you want more charts, and you can actually click them, so everything is, you can use a pop-up to look at them. You've got a scratch pad, you can write your notes here, especially if you're getting clearance from when you're on online networks. This comes in very handy to just type in very quickly your taxi route or your clearance information, and you have all the waypoints here as well with the longitude and latitude for each one of the waypoints. Departure charts are available, and we're just going to say they're actually for free. So you have them there. It's donation, so you can donate, but you actually get all the, you don't, by the way, you don't need Navigraph subscription for those. They are free of charge, available to you here. As you can see, we have all the charts for all the airports for the departure and arrival. So this is the taxi, SIDS and stars, all that information. Arrival charts are there at your disposal if you need them as well. Everything is integrated beautifully. As you can see, this is Adelaide, so it will automatically detect your departure and arrival airports and load up the charts for you automatically. You don't have to really do anything. So really, you can use Toolkit Pro even if you don't have Navigraph. Suffice it to say that you need SimBrief in order to file your flight plan, and the integration with SimBrief is outstanding in Toolkit Pro. Again, very, very nice additions to this version of Toolkit Pro. And of course, you have, I think I've shown you guys this in a previous stream, and you've got your logbook, flight schedules, and now you have real airline operations as well. So we can select, for example, QFA, and that's Qantas, and we can select that, and it will show you all the routes for Qantas, as you can see here. Beautiful, just absolutely so much work that's gone into this product, and it is just amazing. The amount of work is just outstanding. And by the way, you can select the type of aircraft. Now check that. I love this feature because when I want to fly, for example, Gazebo, I just go and select the 738, and it will filter everything. So all of these are now flights with the 738, and you can also reduce the time. So let's say I don't want to see those long haul flights. Anything from 0 to 3 hours is what I want to see, and that will again, so we'll say search, and now as you can see, we have everything, only the flights that are from 0 to 3 hours and in a 738 by Qantas, and those are all real world flights. So if you click them, you know, it'll give you all the details. Very, very nice indeed. You can select to fly either this leg or the return leg, and that's also very smart. I think I really like this a lot. All right, so that's SimToolkit Pro version 1.0.5. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and download it, because it is just absolutely the best thing since sliced bread. And if I can ask one of the moderators to please post the link to download SimToolkit Pro in chat, so that folks can download it, I would be very grateful, guys. Thank you. Version of this weekend will have airport departure and arrival on the line map. Will show VATSIM IVO arrivals and departures. Oh, that's cool. That is really, really cool. That's very, very cool. Yeah. For the first updating SK, Windows Defender stops the download, claiming it contains a virus. You just disable the virus while you're downloading SimToolkit Pro, and then re-enable it again. I've had this problem, so I just went to my antivirus software and added an exception, and that should just take care of it for you. All right, we are almost at the cruising altitude now for our flight, which is 32,000 feet. We are looking at the beautiful Australia here with our departure from Melbourne, bound to Adelaide, and just the terrain is fantastic in Australia. You know what, guys? I'm going to do the following. I'm going to change this because I want to see this beautiful terrain and let you guys also experience it as we complete our trip to Adelaide. All right, 32,000 feet. We are at our final cruise altitude, and everything looking good here. We're going to take a quick look here at the top of descent information. As you can see, 148 nautical miles, so not a very long flight, and we should be able to arrive on time. Yeah, all's good. Sim update 10 is absolutely marvelous. The definitely the that's our approach into let me switch this to plan. Just I'm curious to see, you know, what the plan looks like. So we're gonna come down here and we're gonna go step. Yeah, it's gonna be a sharp turn there to runway 05. Definitely a very sharp turn into the runway. If we change this to 40 and step through, you can see it better now. Yeah. All right, perfect. We're doing okay. And you have about, let's see here, step through. Yeah, that's about 4 nautical miles. That's 4.5. So, and 5 nautical miles there. All right. Okay. Well, it's going to be, hopefully I won't make a mess of it. Looks like some traffic there. All right. All right, so we're looking good, and we are now cruising at our final cruise altitude of 32,000 feet. And so here's a little bit on what's upcoming on the channel. On Saturday, this coming Saturday, I am going to be hosting a real-world King Air pilot who is going to review the Black Square analog King Air 350 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this time around, I decided that I'm going to bring on board. Of course, he needs no introduction on the channel. You guys, some of you may already know him, Captain Guillaume Fontes. He is a real-world pilot, and he actually flies the King Air for a living. So, so he is, an authority when it comes to King Air. So he's going to be joining me live on Saturday, and we're going to be reviewing the King Air by Black Square for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it should be a lot of fun. And anything in for console simmers. I think there has been a host of fixes for Xbox users. So how's update, Sim Update 10, what is added? So mainly things on a lot of fixes. Memory leak problems were fixed. The introduction of NVIDIA DLSS has been introduced. The performance across the title is a lot better from the previous version. So I'm very, very pleased with the performance. And is the PMDG 737-800 realistic? Worth it? It is the single most realistic aircraft that you can put your hands on. It's a study level simulation of the 738. So I definitely think it's worth it. So if you want it, please go ahead and buy it. Yeah, it's a good buy, definitely. Not a good buy as in bye, but as a recommended buy. Let me put it that way. So yeah, so that's what's going to happen on Saturday. And on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be my 48th birthday. And I'm celebrating this with you guys here on the channel. So what I'm going to do is I am going to be giving away 5 copies of X-Plane 12 for the Q8 Pilot channel members. And I hope that you guys will, I wish you, of course, all of you guys all the best, but I hope that you can win. Those of you who do not have X-Plane 12 can win. And I'm not sure how I'm going to set it up. I might just do like a short trivia and give the 5 copies. I'll see about that, how I'm going to exactly do it. But we'll see about that. Guys, thank you very much for taking care and moderating the chat. I really rely on you guys totally. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. You're the only person I know that gives gifts rather than receives gifts on their birthday. Oh, wow. Well, I'll tell you normally what I do on my birthday. So I think that for the most part, I think I have been very fortunate in my life. I had a wonderful childhood, very good parents, and of course, there are, a lot of difficulties in life, but overall, I think I have been very fortunate with everything that's around me. So on my birthday, I like to always give things. And one of the things I do, it's good for my health, but I also go to, we have something in Kuwait called the blood bank. And the blood bank is where you can go and donate blood. And my blood type is actually considered to be a very rare blood type in the country. So on my birthday, there's 2 things I do. I go normally and donate blood. And the second thing I do is I go to what we refer to in Kuwait as the Friday market. And the Friday market is where they sell a lot of birds. So you can find a lot of birds. And let's see, TD here in 106. Okay. So they sell birds there and pigeons and all that good stuff. And so I normally go there and I buy like 10 birds or 20 birds and I just set them free. I just let them go. and that's what I normally do on my birthday. So I cannot, by any stretch of the imagination, forget you guys on my special day, because you guys have made my day special for 365 days a year. So on that one day, I think I owe it to you guys to make it special and make it worthwhile for you. Being a subscriber here on the Q8 Pilot channel. So definitely we are going to be hosting the stream and to give away 5 copies of X-Plane 12 by Laminar Research. Don't forget, I'm also backing you up for another 4 copies. Oh, Carl, you are just you're a generous man. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're very, very kind. Are you running on DX12? No, I have not yet tested DX12, so I'm still running on DX11. And I just literally, guys, I just downloaded the update today because I knew if I had waited, the stream would have been delayed. So as soon as I came back from work, I waited for the time. I think it was 15 100 Zulu. That's 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock our time in the evening. But I was actually very surprised. It was a 12 gig download, and it downloaded in like 40 minutes. So it was pretty fast. It was a pretty fast download. So yeah, all is good. And I'm going to take a very short break and be right back with you guys. All right, guys, I am back with you again, and those are default clouds. Yes, sir. And by the way, the clouds have been improved also in Sim Update 10 for those of you wondering what has changed. So the depiction of clouds at lower altitudes was not right in the previous versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Asobo has now addressed that issue, and I'm very happy to report that actually things on the ground look very, very good. The thickness and the actual positioning of the clouds while you're on the ground is now spot on. It looks very, very good, and they nailed it in this update. All right, so if we look at our FMC here, let me just come here down here, and we're going to go to cruise. All right, so we are 78 nautical miles from top of descent. We're going to configure for our landing. Of course, this is an RNAV approach, so there isn't any ILS or anything like that. So we're going to select flaps 30, and you know what? I'm going to do flaps 40 today, and because the runway is a bit short, so let's do that, and we're going to do 145 for the final approach speed, and that's now entered. And we are good. One more thing. Yeah, let's see here. All right, that's fine. All right, so everything is set. We are ready now for the descent. I'm going to go ahead and reset the MCP altitude to the final approach, initial approach altitude of 3,000 feet. The numbers here, the way they change, looks very different, as if they fade. I'm not sure if this is something related to DLSS or something else, but it kind of looks a little strange. This is not how it happens in real life. Obviously, the doesn't just fade out of, you know, it's all right. It's not a big deal, but I just kind of taken notice that the way it displays has changed. Quentin West, welcome aboard, my friend. Is WQ8 on DX12 or Q8? All right, I'm still on DX11. I haven't tested the new DX12, but according to the release notes from Asobo, is that if you want to use DX12 and you want the performance gains, you have to wait for the new NVIDIA driver to come out. So. Every scheduled stream are changing their titles for the update. Speed check. Hello everyone, sorry I'm late today. No worries, my friend, no need to apologize. We're glad that you're here and that you are safe. Yeah, DX11 right now. I'm going to test DX12 as soon as the new NVIDIA driver comes out, because that is the recommendation from Asobo. And we have with us Joxy56 from the Netherlands. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. The NVIDIA driver released today has the... Oh, it has released already. Oh, okay. I didn't know that it's released, so I've checked earlier, and I didn't see that it was released, so I'll check it out later on. NVIDIA driver, I didn't know that it was released. It probably was released before I checked, so... Are you planning to buy the 40 series RTX? Absolutely. So, I can give you a sneak peek of what... let me see here if I can look at my notes. So I'm building a system. I've already purchased the processor, and it's going to be the Intel Core i9-12900K LJ700. And this processor, if you intend to buy this processor, you must get the Windows 11. So this processor will work on Windows 10, but in order to get the benefits, because the cores in this processor are specialized cores, so it works best with Windows 11, and the performance in Microsoft Flight Simulator is outstanding because of the level 3 cache that it has. Very, very important, guys. Level 3 cache is very important. As far as the motherboard, I've purchased the Asus ROG Maximus Z690 Extreme DDR5 EATX motherboard, and the RAM I haven't finalized the RAM that I'm going to get, but I'm going to get the GeForce RTX 4090 for this. And what else have I finalized? I finalized the storage. So the storage is going to be 4 M.2 2 terabytes disks, and of course the operating system is going to be Windows 11. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I'm through with this system, I am very sure that I will probably be able to run Microsoft Flight Simulator, and X-Plane I don't know yet, but I will be able to run Microsoft Flight Simulator at maximum settings with maybe something like close to 80 or 90 FPS. That is my hunch based on what I've read and the research that I've done, and I arrived at these parts, by the way, after very long research and comparisons of the different processors. Now there is, by the way, the as far as the processor go, there are different variations. So there is the KF and there's the KS. And the KS, while gives you higher clock speed, it is one that gets pretty hot. So for gaming, especially if you intend to use the processor for gaming, then I recommend the 12900K and not the KS or KF. The i7, yeah, that is not a bad processor, but today for gaming, the single most powerful processor available on the market today for gaming, and the one that beats any other processor, including, Ryzen and AMD and all that stuff, is the i9-12900K. Hands down, is the best processor available in the market today for gaming. At least as of right now, as of this the time of making this stream. I don't know what will happen in the days to come, but for now, this is it. Salam Captain, how are you? $10 donated. Well, thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate it. I did not get a notification of that for some reason, but thank you, sir, very much for your donation. I appreciate it very much. You're very kind. Thank you for your support. I'm sorry, but I did not get a notification of that, so my apologies to you. I learned about you from V1 Simulations, and I'm glad I subscribed. Well, Jason, welcome aboard, my friend. V1 is a great friend and a great content creator and an accomplished captain and pilot. And he's also an accomplished instructor, and he's one of the reasons I'm still here on YouTube. So please, when you get back on his streams, please tell him I said hello, We kind of, you know, we kind of visit each other's streams every now and then. And yeah, V1 is a great guy. He's just really a great guy. All right, almost at top of descent. Captain Oatmeal, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. How are you liking Sim Update 10? I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you, Jason. All right, so here's the top of descent, and we have already reset the MCP altitude to 3,000 feet. And let's take a look here at the outside. Again, look at that beautiful terrain below the aircraft. Looks like it's cloudy at Adelaide, and I just love the Qantas livery. I love it. It's really very nice livery. Australia is huge. I mean, sometimes I like to fly in. There are, by the way, some really nice airports in Australia, and they are very well developed for Microsoft Flight Simulator. But it's so huge of a country, and when you fly, it's a continent on its own. And when you fly from, for example, let's say Broome International, you want to go to like Adelaide or Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane, it's just so long of a flight, it's not even suitable for a stream because it's just way too long. Cable Lake 13th generation i799 13900K. I haven't tested those yet, so I will need to do a little more testing before. I purchased already this processor, but I can always return it because what I like to do, guys, is, and I recommend this, when you actually buy a brand name, like for example Dell Gaming PC or HP or whatever the case may be, you pay a premium price just for the name, and it's just a waste of your money. So my recommendation, that's what I do. I purchase all the parts and I build the PC myself. That's what I normally do. And then I also like the fact that you know, nobody's tampered with you know, with any of the parts. I know that I've built it myself. I like to do the cabling in a certain way. I don't like, you know, the PC to look cluttered from the inside. I'm very meticulous about how the PC should be built, and I follow industry standards to build those PCs. So I like to do them on my own rather than buy a brand name or buy a ready-made gaming PC. And it gives you a lot of flexibility, because if you want to upgrade later on, you can. You know, with, for example, Alienware, you cannot really upgrade anything. It's just you buy it as it is, and it's pretty much that's it. It's proprietary to them. The way they fix things inside, that the way they weld the hardware inside is proprietary. So you can't really go and change anything or upgrade or do anything like that. So so my recommendation, and it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper when you just purchase your own. So yeah. One of your RAM sticks is bad and needs to be replaced, otherwise your system won't be able to operate. Oh. Alright, so here's top of descent, and if we look here at our FMC, we are 10 nautical miles. One thing that I'd like to do, as usual, is RW05, so we're going to go to the fix page, and we're going to enter RW05, that's our runway, and we're just going to create a 10 nautical mile ring around it, as you can see here. And what that will do is, if we go here, as you can see now, we have the ring here. So it's just for situational awareness, by the way. It doesn't do anything. And now the aircraft is going to begin the descent, so you can see that it's reducing speed. I'm going to extend the speed brake and help this go down.
Great stream, brother. I have yet to fly the -800 since returning from French Polynesia. I am looking forward to flying it this weekend.
Well, Captain Shark 21 just came in with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And happy flying to you, my friend. I will tell you, you will enjoy flying the 800 a lot. It's just an excellent aircraft, and I highly recommend it. What is it saying here? EFIS mode, nav, frequency, disagree. Oh, okay. We know what that is. All right, there we go. And we can now reduce the range here. All right, perfect. All righty. Looking good. Just look at that view. Right, and obviously the aircraft has begun the descent, and we should be at our destination momentarily. We are looking good. We don't expect anything out of the ordinary as we arrive into Adelaide. I've never seen Adelaide before, so this is new for me too. Oh, how cool. Yeah, Adelaide is actually nice. I remember I did a similar route. I'm not sure if it was from Melbourne, but I've been to Adelaide in the sim in X-Plane many years ago. I think maybe 3-4 years back, and I remember the approach during nighttime was just absolutely beautiful. Coming especially from the seaside, as you approach the airport from the seaside, it just looks fantastic. All right, let's bring back our yoke. All's looking good. Captain, what is your biggest takeaway from Sim Update 10 thus far? Performance. Performance is absolutely great. I love it. And by the way, they've got some new experimental features as well. They used to be hidden under, in Sim Update 9, they used to be hidden under the developer tab, but now they put it under the experimental tab. So if you go, let me just show you here real quick. If you go here to, I see this part here, experimental replay tool, so you can turn now this on and do replays. Lower power mode, you can turn this on and off. This is mainly for performance. Nano-VG, if you're having issues with the TDS GTN device, turn this on. It will help. Package reorder tool, and you can also add new windows here. So this is the multi, what do you call it? You know, multi-monitor support. So that's now available there. So yeah, I mean, but performance, generally speaking, has been the biggest takeaway from Sim Update 10, and I absolutely am enjoying Microsoft Flight Simulator at very high settings, and almost ultra on everything, and it's just really runs smooth as silk. So job very well done, really. Right, we continue our descent, 29,000 feet for 3,000 feet, and we are almost at our destination. And again, as a reminder, guys, on Saturday, I will be joined by Captain Guillaume Fontes, Real World King Air captain and pilot, and he's currently somewhere in Africa. Actually, his work, demands that he does those, flights there. So, and we'll hear more from him. But he is going to be joining me this coming Saturday to review the Black Square analog King Air for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've actually have the aircraft, and I fiddled around with it earlier today. Just Flight has been gracious enough to provide me with an early access copy or a preview copy of the aircraft. So I have been working, looking at it and looking at all the features, and I tell you, I'm quite impressed with these guys. It's just really a study level simulation of the King Air. Probably, if not at par, better than the one by Airfoil Labs. Well, maybe the Airfoil Labs is slightly better because you can actually open the engine covers and you can look at the engine. But it is study level in terms of performance, in terms of failures. It's just really an outstanding aircraft for Microsoft flights, and I love the King Air. It's just an aircraft I absolutely adore. All right, we continue our descent. We have Ali Hassan Hosnan. Is it Ali Hosnan? Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. And we are almost now at our destination. And then on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be my birthday stream. We're going to be streaming X-Plane 12, and it is more than likely that I will be doing the MD-11 for my birthday stream. And I'm not sure, but maybe we're going to fly out of Buffalo Niagara International to JFK in the US of A. That's probably going to be our route, but during that stream, I'm going to be giving away 5 copies of X-Plane 12, and it looks like Carl has joined us in this celebration, and he's gonna back me up with another 4 copies. So total of 9 copies of X-Plane 12 will be given during that stream. That's exciting. By the way, guys, recently I've downloaded all the vSky Labs aircraft that I have, and I have almost all of their lineup. And I have found that the MAL aircraft, which I reviewed on the channel just a few days ago, is by far one of their best work. It's just really a very joyful aircraft to fly. All their aircraft, including their C-47, I think, C-47. I think those are probably the 2 most successful aircraft, the MAL and the C-247. I think it's the C-247 or 47. Those are probably the most successful out of the lineup from vSky Labs. I've downloaded almost all of their aircraft, and some of them are just wow. Those 2 are the best, but their lineup is actually not bad. The whole entire lineup. They don't focus, by the way, on sounds or on textures. So some textures look, okay. They look mediocre, but the flight model, the physics, is what they focus on, and they, of course, within the limitation of the sim. But they really create some fantastic aircraft, and the MAL M7 is one that I definitely recommend. I know a lot of people don't like tail draggers, but this aircraft is one I really recommend. So it's a lot of fun. Great news with the Black Square taking on the King Air. The 3D model is good. Yep, absolutely. I agree with you there. Gulshan Kumar, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. I'm doing very well. I hope you are the same. And when will the A310 come out? The A310 will be available with the Microsoft Flight Simulator anniversary in November, the 40th anniversary, and it will be provided free of charge for those of you who own a copy of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't think it will ever make it to X-Plane though. And Smooth Ops, welcome aboard to the Q8 Pilot channel. Thank you very much for your subscription. I appreciate it. What is so good at SU10? Like I said previously on the stream, it's the performance. Performance is outstanding in this version. I am yet to test the issue that I used to have with the marketplace where I can't purchase anything. I hope they fix that, but I haven't had time to test that yet. But hopefully we'll do that in due course. Alright, so if we look here at... Alright, so we're almost now at our destination, and we are at 21,500 for 3,000. We're looking alright. We'll decide a little later on if we want to increase our rate of descent or just keep it. But this looks absolutely fantastic. Very, very nice indeed. GSX Pro is already installing for about 2 hours. Is that normal? No, that's not normal. I have a high-end PC, not sure why it's taking it. It could be your internet connection. I've had issues like that in the past with GSX. And when that happens, I normally just do Alt-Control-Delete, kill the process, and restart the update again. Sometimes just I don't know what happens and it gets really slow. Or it could be that a lot of people are updating it, and you know, they are experiencing some slowness on their end. So if you can, so to test this, I highly recommend that you download speedtest from speedtest.net. You can go to the Windows Store and just type speedtest, and that will actually is the on-prem deployment of speedtest.net, but it gives you more accurate readings when it's installed on your machine. So just download that, run the test, and if the speeds are the normal speeds, then that would indicate a problem with probably GSX servers or FS Dream Team servers and not your PC. Captain, where is your P3D? P3D? P3D has been uninstalled from my machine for a very long time now. So, yeah, has no place on my PC now. Yeah, it's the GSX server issue. That's more than likely the issue, yeah. So, yeah, they're probably experiencing heavy load right now. My hunch is that Microsoft Flight Simulator downloads have probably slowed down as well, because I know that probably everyone now is downloading, anyone who wasn't on the beta, so they're probably downloading SU10. And that's probably going to cause slowness without a doubt. Is MSFS a good buy over X-Plane 12? I will get the Zibo mod for XP, the PMDG for MSFS mainly. Well, both sims are great for different reasons. I enjoy both, and I really absolutely enjoy both a lot. But I'll tell you this much: at this point, X-Plane 12 is in early access. So it still needs a lot of work to get it to where most people would like. So it's still not there yet. It needs some work, and hopefully that will happen in the days to come. All right, Browner reference. It's 10,000, but we haven't set it up, so that's okay. We'll just set it now, and we continue. It's actually a very nice looking terrain here. As we approach Adelaide. The terrain in Australia is so varied. You've got the green, you've got the desert-like, you've got the mountains, you've got the beautiful waters. Just really, I hope that I can go there one day. Just really a very, very nice country. I have some friends who live in Australia, yeah, they've immigrated to Australia some years back. So maybe I'll go visit them someday. Now I have a reason to go. So it will be better than a VFR flying. X-Plane 12, I think, for VFR, for IFR, is better. And there is a lot more aircraft for X-Plane than there is for Microsoft Flight Simulator. VFR, of course, nothing beats MSFS in my view. Is second to none, really. As far as the scenery, of course, is concerned. Do you have DLSS turned on for this? Yes. Just flew in S10 for the first time, and it got 60 FPS for the first. Yeah. That is very true, Dan. The performance in Sim Update 10 with DLSS is absolutely incredible. I don't like the way MSFS looks, too much color. Well, Alex, MSFS is oversaturated, I agree. But on the other hand, X-Plane 12 is undersaturated, so it looks washed off in most cases. Except for when you have Orbex scenery. But the default mesh in X-Plane 12 is definitely undersaturated, and it is oversaturated in X-Plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So a balance, a little somewhere in between, I think, would be the perfect match. All right. So we are a little bit too high, so I'm going to go to vertical speed, and we are going to increase our rate of descent to 2,000. I'm going to extend the speed brakes to keep our speed from increasing too much. But obviously we are too high for the current sector of the flight. And it doesn't seem like we have, how many, 43 nautical miles. We should be okay. Yeah, but we just need to descend a little bit more. And we'll configure the aircraft for the approach before the turn, so that when we do the turn, we can land it safely at runway 05. Again, it's an RNAV approach today, ladies and gentlemen. Is Google Mod seem to fix the... Yeah, the Google Mod will probably fix it, because the color of the Google Maps is different. Ever been to Canada? Yes, sir. I have been to Canada. So I was a long time ago. It was actually a long time ago. But when I was a student in the U.S., my family came to visit, and we were in Seattle, Washington State, and we decided to go to Canada. We didn't spend a very long time there. Very, very nice country. I must say, very organized. Everything is pretty, you know, everything is organized, clean, and the people are very helpful. So it was definitely a nice time that we've had there, but it was a very long time ago. Right, we're approaching 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights, runway turn off lights, and the wing lights as well. Excellent. Alright, let's see here. We have got about 35. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it right now, and then we'll begin the... We'll go to manage speed again. But for the time being, I'll just leave it descending here at 900,000. Alright. We are looking good. Everything is in tip-top shape. And in the next Microsoft Flight Simulator stream after our King Air review on Saturday, I'm going to do a full flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator, where we are going to experience a first officer, ATC, AI traffic. So I'm going to bring all the add-ons that I feel the best combination of add-ons to create the most immersive experience in Microsoft Flight Simulator, all in one stream. And it should be a fun stream. So that is coming up very soon on the channel. And of course the setting guide and all that information as well is coming very soon. So just stay tuned, and if you haven't already done so, click that notification bell button so that you are notified of the latest videos, tutorials, guides, streams, and giveaways here on the channel. Right, I think we can go to manage speed again, so we'll switch back to VNAV. And now we let the aircraft do what it's supposed to do. All final approach speed is 145. There's some clouds ahead of us there as we descend to 3,000. Perfect. That is just a beautiful view. Oops. That's better. The performance in Sim Update 10 is outstanding. Alright, I'm going to bring up the terrain map here. Are there any restrictions above 3,000? No, we're fine. Just look at this scene here. It just looks phenomenal. Very, very nice. All right, we're coming up to 3,000, and I was, visibility is not very good, so I'm relying on the instruments here to tell us if there are any. I know there are a few. There's a little bit of elevation here.
2,500.
But we're looking okay. Coming up to 3,000 feet. Excellent. Looks like there's an airport here. Alright, we're looking okay. Alright, at this point we're going to go to vertical speed, and I'm going to start reducing our speed to 170 knots. Alright, 170 is set. Go ahead and extend the speed brake a little bit. Alright, and this is the 10 nautical mile ring that we've created for the runway. Alright, and we are going to go to flaps 5, speed check, flaps 1. Speed check, flaps 5. Alright, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to start recording this session, so there might be a slight pause as we start the recording software, and hopefully it won't do what it did last time. Alright, so it's just going to pause the sim a little bit, and then it would start recording. Hopefully it won't crash the sim, but normally it pauses a little bit and then it comes back as we approach the airport there. Alright, here we go, we're back. Things are good, so we can always do a replay. And this looks very, very nice, guys. Look at that. There, look at that. Wow. Alright, let's arm the speed brake now. Speed brake is armed. Brakes to 3. And our landing lights are on. Everything else is looking good. And if we look down here, this is there's a decel point here. So we're going to keep it right now at this altitude. Yeah, that's fine. And we are now recording the approach. I hope it's recording. Looking good. Very cloudy. Oh, guys, just look at that. Beautiful approach into Adelaide. Butter smooth performance, no jaggies. Sim update 10 is absolutely Incredible. All right, and at this point we are going to engage the approach button. All right. Of course, there is no ILS frequency as this is an RNAV approach, and we're going to decrease the range now to 10 nautical miles. Looking good. All right, engine selectors to continuous. All our lights are on. Everything is looking in tip-top shape. Speed brake is armed. Auto brake is set to 3. And here's the turn. And single channel, as you can see, we're a bit too high. And let's go ahead and lower the landing gear. And we're going to go to flaps 15 and reduce the speed to 160 knots. Lining up now with the runway 05. Right, looking good. And let's go to final speed of 145 knots. We're looking okay. Speed check, flaps 25. I still don't have a visual on the runway. Hello Q8, thank you for all...
Hello Q8. Thank you for all of the great videos.
Well, thank you, sir, for coming up with a $10 super chat. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much, my friend. Very generous of you. Speed check, flaps of 30. I think I'm starting to see the runway ahead. Speed check, flaps full. Still can't see the runway, guys. I can see the lights.
1,000.
But I'm still unable to see the runway. So where is the runway? Ah, all right. I can see the runway now. There's there's a lot of haze, but I think we can see the runway. I'm going to rely totally on the instruments now, but let's just give it a little more time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the auto throttle and disconnect the autopilot and my aircraft. Crosswind. Ooh, very strong crosswind. So, yeah, definitely very, very strong crosswind there.
500.
500 feet.
$400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
And welcome to Adelaide, ladies and gentlemen. Reversers are out. And manual braking. Whoa, nice. Nice one. Nice one. I loved it. I loved it. I loved the approach into Adelaide. And it was definitely so much fun. And you know what adds to it in Sim Update 10, guys? There was no stuttering whatsoever. Let me stop the recording here. Stop. All right. Hey, Kenny, how are you doing, my friend? Ryan, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate it. Big Cat, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. All right, we're just going to go to the end of the runway and head over. I think this is the main terminal right there. So we're just going to make the next taxiway into the main terminal. And it was just, there was, the lovely thing is, I love doing, by the way, landing during, you know, when there's a crosswind. Because it's just really very challenging to do it. And it's just adds to the fun and the... Yeah, I just feel really excited when I do those kind of landings. There's just a lot of fun. This beautiful. It looks like it's raining, by the way, here in Adelaide. But the look at the runway textures. This is, by the way, Payware Airport. It's available on Orbex, and if you want this scenery, if you like it and you want to get it, it's available on. Just retract the flaps here. It's available on Orbex and through chat command !ARR for the arrival. You'll be able to get it. Let's do that, and here we go. Here's our turn towards the main terminal. Lovely performance in Sim Update 10. Just everything looks fantastic. I know the fact that they fixed the clouds at lower altitudes has really helped considerably with the realism and the immersion. So here we go. We're just going to go straight and let's see. Maybe we'll go here. It looks like there's an empty spot right next to this Jetstar. So we'll go and park there, and we'll take, of course, a look at the airport after we do the replay. So, but first, let's just bring the aircraft to a stop here. Oh, nice looking airport. Very, very nice. Right, here we go. And there's a fuel truck awaiting our arrival to refuel for the next flight. Right, you can see the visual guidance system, right? It says stop. And this is something that wasn't working previously for me. All right, parking brake is set. All right, this is too far. All right, so let's go ahead and, by the way, let me get you guys the landing rate real quick, if I can find my Sim Toolkit Pro. So the landing rate was minus 111. Minus 111. And as you can see, again, Sim Toolkit Pro now displays the information for the arrival runway, which is at Adelaide. Wind was 000 at 0. I don't think this was correct. Probably there's some bug or something reading the METAR, because there was definitely a lot of crosswind. There were some gusting winds definitely as we came into land. All right, let's go ahead and take this away. Minus 111. That's a good FPM. And let's go ahead and load the flight. All right, let me load that and say open. And now we can play it. But what I want to do is I want to play it from here. All right, so let's then I'll play. And let's see if it works in Sim Update 10. It definitely does work. All right, perfect. Let me stop that and just skip that part. Landing gear still down? Really? Ah, okay, there we go. All right, here we go. look at that. That was butter. That was definitely butter. All right, let's just do stop, and we're gonna bring it back right there. All right, and this time we'll do, let's do this nice wing view here. I like the swing view. All right, so we're gonna do it there. All right, just look at that, guys. What a beautiful approach into Adelaide, Australia, in the PMDG 737. There we go. Nice swing view. Lovely. Oh, this time we get the reversers as well, and the spoilers being shown in the replay, but the landing gear is gone. There's always something with the replay. But yeah. Not sure why, we get that, but that's what we do get, so. Strange. Let me try to... Yeah, it's just, it acts up too much. So, yeah, see, there's no landing gear. And if we go inside the aircraft...
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Maybe it'll come down? I don't know. No, I don't think it's there. But just look at that. Look at the crosswind there as we came into land. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Excellent. All right. What we're going to do is we are going to remove... So I stopped the replay. And that's what happens when you stop the replay. All right, so what I want to do, guys, is I want to show you guys the airport a little bit, because I think it's a really nice airport. So, all right, here we go. All right, so away from the aircraft, we're just going to go back to the airport itself. And the airport Adelaide itself is a very nice airport, as you can see here. Beautifully rendered for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and yeah, it looks nice. A very nice airport. So if you like flying in Australia, this is one airport I highly recommend. It's very well done, and it's got nice clutter, and just the buildings are so nice, and yeah, very detailed, as you can see here. Welcome to Adelaide Airport. I guess that's the entrance there, or the parking area, and the entrance to the airport is right here. There you go. Yeah, nice airport. Very nice airport. Well. Show me your config. Oh, all right, so I did show it earlier in the stream, but I'll show you guys very quickly here. I know everyone is very excited about Sim Update 10. So this is basically what I have here. I have this is my screen resolution. I'm using NVIDIA DLSS on the quality preset. I have the AMD Fidelity FX sharpening at 100%. I'm using DX11. the terrain level of detail is set to 175, and then everything else is set to ultra. Everything is ultra or the maximum setting, except for I have lens correction and lens flare are off because I just don't like what those guys. I don't like lens flare. I think it's very highly unrealistic, and lens correction doesn't really help with anything really. Glass cockpit refresh is on low. I'm going to try and put this on medium in later on in another as I start testing before I do the complete settings guide for Microsoft Flight Simulator for you guys. A quick reminder before we before we conclude the stream. Of course, if you watched the stream at the very end, that was the flight control replay, and just rewind a little bit to see the actual landing that we've done here at Adelaide, and it was just really a fun flight, guys. I really enjoyed it very much. Enjoyed being with you guys. Thank you very much for everyone who's become a subscriber during the stream or before, and for those of you in advance who are going to become subscribers in the future, thank you for the super chats and the donations during the stream. It does mean a lot to me, guys, so thank you very much. And as a quick reminder, on Saturday I will be joined by Captain Guillaume Fontes, a real-world King Air pilot, to review the Black Square analog King Air for Microsoft Flight Simulator, followed by a live My Birthday stream on Sunday, the 25th of September, where I will be giving away 5 copies of X-Plane 12 courtesy of the Q8 Pilot channel, followed by another giveaway from one of the channel long-time channel subscribers, moderators, members, and a very dear friend of mine, Carl Childers. He's also going to provide you guys with additional copies. I think he said 4 copies of X-Plane 12. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. I definitely enjoyed being here this evening. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Stay safe, and bye-bye for now.